The Royal Society, one of the world's oldest and most respected scientific institutions, has just released a report that redefines what we think is possible in the next 50 years of space exploration. The vision is staggering: permanent moon bases, asteroid mining hubs, international space policy frameworks, and, perhaps most provocatively, the first human births on Mars by 2075. Let's break down what this really means and why it's more realistic than it sounds. First up, asteroid mining. While it might sound like science fiction, the technology is already being developed. Near-Earth asteroids are known to contain vast quantities of rare metals, including platinum, nickel, and cobalt. These resources are becoming increasingly scarce on Earth, but could be harvested from space to power everything from electronics to clean energy solutions. The Royal Society forecasts that by the 2040s or 2050s, mining operations may begin on asteroids rich in usable material. But the report also highlights one major concern. If private companies or powerful nations monopolize these resources, we could see a new form of economic and geopolitical imbalance, a kind of space capitalism with little oversight. Next, moon bases. The idea of returning to the moon permanently is already underway. NASA's Artemis program and ESA's Lunar Gateway are laying the groundwork. China and Russia have their own plans. According to the Royal Society's projections, by the 2030s or 2040s, we'll likely see small but sustained human settlements on the moon, used as both research outposts and stepping stones to Mars. These moon bases would provide real-time testing for life support systems, radiation shielding, and even lunar agriculture. If successful, the moon becomes a training ground for deeper space colonization. And then there's Mars. The most provocative prediction in the report is the possibility of human births on Mars by the year 2075. This isn't just about putting boots on red soil. It's about creating a fully functioning society. Giving birth on Mars would mean humanity is no longer confined to Earth. It would mean our species has officially become multiplanetary. But that goal is fraught with challenges. Mars has lower gravity, only 38% that of Earth. We don't yet know how human reproduction, gestation, and childhood development would function under those conditions. There are also massive ethical concerns. Would children born on Mars have the same rights? Would they be able to return to Earth? Would they even want to? That's why the Royal Society is calling for the development of ethical frameworks now. The report urges global cooperation on legal, biological, and philosophical questions, long before we start launching families into space. There's also the matter of technology. While many of the predictions sound ambitious, they are grounded in existing trends. Advances in reusable rockets, AI-controlled habitats, closed-loop life support, and medical robotics are all making these futures more plausible. But here's the crucial part. The Royal Society isn't saying this will happen automatically. Their message is that without long-term planning, government investment, and public-private partnerships, nations like the UK risk being left behind in what they're calling the new space economy. And that space economy could be worth trillions. Communications, manufacturing, tourism, mining, and even space law will become massive industries over the next half-century. So what's at stake? Quite simply, our role in the future. If nations don't act now, the infrastructure, wealth, and influence of space will be dominated by those who do. And unlike on Earth, catching up later may not be an option. The Royal Society's report isn't just a speculative exercise. It's a call to action. The space race isn't over. It's just getting started again, with much higher stakes. So, whether you're excited by the idea of babies born on Mars, or cautious about corporate mining on asteroids, one thing is clear. The next 50 years could change humanity forever. If you enjoyed this exploration of the future of space, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more coming, from Earth to the stars.